We don't know what happened to Kanye West, but whatever they did to him, it wasn't right. Kanye West ordered to pay $140K in Malibu mansion renovation lawsuit. Oh my God, do. This man is almost broke. We witnessed him go through all different types of lawsuits. Now he's at a point in his life to where he don't have a career. Nobody's racing to the store to buy Yeezys. And if you're wearing Yeezys, you could be considered one of the biggest a-holes in American history. People are avoiding those shoes. You show up on a date wearing some Yeezys, your date might get offended. Your date might think you some sadistic freak that follow behind Kanye West. Now his money is low. His money's funny. Ain't no way he can get it back. He been pimping out his wife, trying to make ends meet, but it ain't been working out for him too well. He been beating on models. He choked her during the music video shoot. It was horrific. And she could never forget that. She still got his handprints around her neck. Kanye is evil. They don't even want him in Japan. He ain't got nowhere to go. America's stuck with him until they figure out how to get him in jail for not paying off his debts. Let's get into this news.
We've been following this case since it started. NBC4's Michelle Baez is live in downtown LA with that verdict. And Michelle, I know it just happened a few minutes ago. What do we know so far?
Yeah, I just ran out of the courtroom. Good morning, Annabelle. It's a mixed verdict here. Ye's attorney's very upset, not giving any comment to the media. Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, will have to pay the handyman, Tony Saxon, $140,000 for injuries he acquired on the job. You know, plaintiff was hoping for more. Where it will hurt Ye is he will have to pay for attorney's fees and the cost of court fees, which could reach into the millions. Some small victories, though, for the rapper. The jury found that Ye did not retaliate against the handyman, did not act in malice, and was not wrongfully terminated, and was paid fairly for his wages. Here's reaction from Tony Saxon's attorney.
The wins for the plaintiff were that Tony was an employee. He was injured on the job. He wasn't compensated for his injuries because Ye didn't have work comp insurance. And as a result, they're going to have to pay our attorney fees and cost. As far as we're concerned, obviously the jurors didn't return verdicts on all the counts that we wanted, and certainly not as much as we asked for, but I do feel vindicated.
Now, let me give you a little bit of background. The rapper hired handyman Tony Saxon back in 2021 as a project manager, not a general contractor, to work on his $57 million property in Malibu. Work was never finished. Permits were never pulled. And Saxon's attorneys tried to claim he was only paid once and then fired wrongfully after 7 weeks. Well, the jury did not agree with that. And I got to tell you, the jury was very confused, too, on some of their answers inside. But again, what they came up with was a mixed verdict. They will essentially, Ye will have to pay $140,000 to that handyman for injuries that happened while on the job, not wrongful termination, and not for.
What did Ye want them to do with the house? That's what I want to understand. What exactly did they want him to do with the property that made it so difficult for the handyman? He got millions of dollars. He could hire somebody to do the job. But what type of job did he want them to do? Was he trying to get them to install a torture chamber or something? Why was it so damn difficult? You figure all you gotta do is make sure the house is standing. It's a possibility he wanted some others in that house, and this man couldn't find a way to make it happen for Ye and wound up causing a mess. Look at this.
West made an appearance with the president in the Oval House, had a special guest Thursday. Kanye West made an appearance with the president in the Oval Office. Wearing a Make America Great Again hat, the musician centered the conversation on criminal justice reform.
We have to bring jobs into America because our best export is entertainment and ideas. But when we make everything in China and not in America, then we're cheating on our country. And we're putting people in positions to have to do illegal things to end up in the cheapest factory ever, the prison system.
CBS News Chief White House correspondent Major Garrett has more on their conversation.
He might not have expected to have a crazy mother like Kanye West run up and support, but best believe we are going to make America great.
With that Oval Office obscenity, rap superstar Kanye West described to President Trump the cosmic effect his presidency had on his psyche.
It was something about when I put this hat on, it made me feel like Superman. You made a Superman. That's my favorite superhero.
West and Hall of Fame football player Jim Brown were at the White House to discuss criminal justice reform and other issues with the president. West, a Chicago native, questioned Mr. Trump's support of the police practice known as stop and frisk.
We feel that stop and frisk does not help the relationships in the city.
I'm open-minded. I'm here.
Earlier this year, West's wife and reality TV star Kim Kardashian successfully lobbied the president to commute the sentence of a woman convicted of a federal drug offense. At today's meeting, the president, by turns, appeared perplexed, pleased, and amused.
How does it feel to be in the Oval Office?
Oh, it is good energy in this.
West has left an impression on previous presidents, saying this about George W. Bush after Hurricane Katrina in 2005.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And after West grabbed a microphone from Taylor Swift at an awards ceremony, President Obama was caught on an open mic saying this.
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing?
Why would he do that?
He's a jackass.
West said the president was on his, quote, hero's journey, and the rapper appeared delighted to be along for the ride. Meanwhile, the president, possibly for the first time in the Oval Office, appeared speechless, saying at one point, that was quite something. Tanya?
Quite something indeed. Major Garrett, thank you.
Hey, he pissed a whole lot of people off. I know that much. Enough people off to make him go broke. The money not coming in like it used to be coming in. He ain't selling no records. People's not going to his concerts. The money done slowed all the way up for Yeezy. He done did too much, done said too much. They been waiting to dispose him. They was looking for an opportunity to catch him right when he stopped making money. And now he at that point. They about to bleed him dry. Look at this.
Kanye West testified in an LA courtroom today for a civil trial about his Malibu home. The rapper, who now goes by Ye, is being sued by his former contractor. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda is live in downtown LA with the very latest. Carlos?
Well, that's right. And today in court, we heard from Ye, but we didn't really hear too many details. Most of his answers were very short, and at times it appeared he was actually dozing off on the stand. Here's some video of Ye as he arrives to court this morning, dressed in all black, topped off with a long black coat. He was surrounded by security guards. He had a very serious face and looked straight ahead. Now, the person suing him is handyman Tony Saxon, who walked in through a different entrance. He claims Ye hired him as a project manager to work on Ye's $57 million house in Malibu. Saxon says he was only paid once and was fired after 7 weeks. So he is now suing for more than $1 million for alleged unpaid wages, dangerous working conditions, and wrongful termination. Now, in court, Saxon's attorney called him Mr. Ye, and he responded by saying, "It's just Ye." For hours, he was asked numerous questions to establish the type of professional and financial relationship he had with Saxon. Almost all of his answers were yes, no, I don't recall, and I don't remember. And on the stand, Ye looked disinterested, and he appeared to actually be falling asleep at times. He was asked if he needed a break, but he said no. Saxon has claimed that Ye's plans for the property were constantly changing, and he claims he was severely injured and later fired. Now, Ye today was the final witness. The two sides have now rested their case. They ended the day with jury instructions, and the schedule is to come back Monday for closing arguments, and then the jury will decide this case. Reporting live from downtown Los Angeles, I'm Carlos Granda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh, man, they on his ass, y'all. They on his ass. Kanye, if you're listening, bro, you gonna have to figure this out ASAP, because it ain't no coming back after this. He not getting a second chance. He been in the doghouse for a long time. Whatever money he made is the money he's been spending. Ain't no new money coming, especially when you gotta pay the handyman. There's some people go through in apartment complexes. Not even. He better off being in a homeless shelter. With this type of stuff going on, he ought to be ashamed to call himself an international superstar, living the way he been living. He was trying to sell people them Goodwill clothes for thousands of dollars. Selling Walmart sweatpants with Yeezy on it, Donda on the back of a Walmart sweater. Trying to sell that thing for $500. That's how you know he was hurting for money. I'm pretty sure all of his cash went to the Kardashians. Every last penny going towards them kids. He ain't got enough money for a Hot Pocket out to 7-Eleven. This is bad. Jay-Z, somebody, loan this man $1 so he can quit going through these type of situations. Oh Lord. And it's only getting worse for Yeezy. Y'all ain't even heard half of the news. We're about to get into it right now. Y'all gotta listen at this because it's over for Yeezy.
For breaking news, the jury has reached a verdict in that $1 million civil suit against Kanye West. NBC4's Camilla Rambaldi joins us live outside of the courtroom with what we're learning now about that verdict. Camilla.
Yeah, hi, Michael. That's right. But we have learned this afternoon that that verdict won't be read until tomorrow morning at 10. Jurors began deliberations at 9 this morning. This civil case trial started in late February here in downtown Los Angeles. And at the center of this lawsuit against Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, $1.7 million. And that's how much attorneys for the rapper's former contractor are asking for in this case, alleging their client was not fully paid for the work done and that he was wrongfully fired after hurting his neck on the job. Yesterday, during closing arguments, attorneys for Ye pushed back, calling Saxon a liar. Tony Saxon, that is, the former contractor. Rapper Ye is being sued by Saxon, who worked on the rapper's Malibu home back in 2021. The attorneys for Saxon claimed the rapper had promised to pay their client $20,000 a week for the renovations at his Malibu home, but that only one of the payments was made, plus $100,000 for the construction costs. Saxon's attorney says the rapper owes their client thousands of dollars in unpaid wages. Ye's legal team argued the rapper had paid Saxon more than $200,000 for his work, according to bank records. Now, Ye was not in the courtroom today. He did testify on Friday. It is unclear right now if Ye will be in the courtroom tomorrow morning when that verdict is read. That's the very latest from downtown LA. Camilla Rambaldi, NBC4 News.
You know what, man? I need to get off this. I'm over here. I ain't going front, man. I'm multitasking. Kanye, he really ain't that important to me like that. And I know I'm doing a video about the man. But that just goes to show how relevant he is. I'm over here ordering DoorDash with Kanye West on the screen. God help me. He going broke. He ain't got no more money. He ain't got no song. He ain't got no movies. He ain't got it. Why we even talk about it? And when you think about it, there's really nobody worth talking about these days. Especially if you're going to be putting some energy into it. There's nobody worth your time and effort. So for the YouTubers and the wannabe YouTubers and up and coming YouTubers, ask yourself, would you want to talk about Kanye every day? And you probably would, depending on what that cheddar looking like. But I promise there ain't a lot going on in the Kanye stocks. But I did feel a need to let the world know that if you want to survive in the years coming ahead, and you trying to, build something and be something, you got to act right. Because if you ain't acting right, there's plenty of ways for people to pick up on the fact that you ain't acting right. Your energy is not going to save you. You got to be all the way right, regardless of what you're trying to do. And Kanye West, if he would have just been right, if he would have left it at Jesus Walks and kept on doing that, or if that was his last song, he would have went down in history as one of the greats. If he would have cut it out on his second album, let's do this real fast because I got a little bit of time and I want to elaborate more on what's going on with this brother because once upon a time, Kanye West was very beloved. People treated him like he was the best thing smoking, and which he was for a long point in time. Hummingbird is in the building. What it do, baby, baby? I got to put some music on for her, man, because I'm so glad she in the building. Who else we got? Lance Hero King Legend is here too. Incognito, he kicking it. All right, Terrell Cobb. I got members in the building, y'all. I got members in the building. How y'all feeling? Yeah. Let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. Delilah and Praying Hands is there too. Man, we got a whole show we about to get into. TTO, she there. Okay, all right, let's do this. Let's go. Let's get busy. I've been ready. And I know, this is going to be somewhat time consuming, but we all going to get something out of this. Look at this. Look, get it together. I'm over here, I'm getting it together for April. And it's just dawning on me that the summer is here already. It's time to put them hoodies up. And if you ain't looking right, you better get right, because you ain't going to be able to cover yourself up with all that stuff. You got to get it right for my people out there. Okay, like I was saying, first album, banger. College Dropout, banger. If he would have left it alone, he would have been excellent. But he started getting weird. There you go. With the pinks and purples and everything. Some of them album covers, I can't even put that on. He got real demonic on y'all when he started messing with Kim Kardashian. As soon as he got on, he left the black community for a white girl. And you always got to have balance. That's where he fucked up. And with his mother being alive, he had that balance. He was able to be rooted in the black community, because when your mama black and you black, then blacker the black, the blacker the better. But he ain't had that once his mama passed. His blackness died. Rest in peace to Donda. And we don't know what she was on. Rest in peace. But he definitely crossed over. So let's break down the analogy. It was College Dropout. He was the mascot. He was on the bench. He watching Jay-Z and Cameron, all them in the game. He making the beats. He just a cheerleader cheering. He playing the part, but they treat him like a clown. When they see him, oh, that's the dude that make beats. They made him feel like he wasn't worthy, like he wasn't down. That's why he was the College Dropout. And that's how he felt. He on the team, but his role is just to cheer make these other look good. So that's what he was going through. And then he came with the late registration. Like, guess who showed up, y'all? They should have been put me on. But now I'm in the building and I'm here to learn. Whatever Masonic tricks or the trade, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get rich like Jay-Z. Then by the time the third album came out, he done graduated from the lodge. He done blew off to the moon. He done took all the way off. And this dude don't know where he was headed to. He went to a place, a space in his mind. He turned himself into like a Super Mario character or something. Like, he leveled up. And he definitely did. But it all turned out so bad. When he came out with My Dark Twisted Beautiful Fantasy or whatever that was, and the album cover was all wonky, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, things got real eerie. Now that intro track was nothing but flames. A lot of them songs was nothing but flames, but you knew that he was coming from a different angle, and it made people feel a little eerie. And this is the start of all the Illuminati, the wicked imagery, the bull horns, and Jay-Z, Sasha Fierce, and all this stuff. This is that era when they started to usher in that spooky. Y'all know the song he got where the piano be like dum, 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 dum. The people love that, man, because it's eerie. But now he in a whole nother place. If he would have rolled that wicked wave and got back on some Jesus, he went ahead and formed a cult and all this stuff. It's sad when you see the plunge that he took, but you can't blame nobody but him. You get on national television talking about George Bush don't like black people. Well, a lot of his closest acquaintances don't seem like they like black people. The labels he worked for, the rappers, the artists that he worked with seem more anti-black than anybody in any political office. So when he said that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people pulled his coattail and tried to school him and say, hey, yeah, you ain't no better. And I believe he took a deep look in the mirror and realized, like, damn, we're a part of the problem like anybody else. So before you can judge a Bush or a Trump, you got to look at the Boosies of the world. You got to look at the Jay-Z's and the big wigs in the entertainment industry, the Rick Rosses and Diddy's of the world. So when he started to look at it from that perspective, he probably did liken himself to the devil, because that's something he could relate to in the industry that he's a part of, and rubbing shoulders with the people that have so much influence and use it to destroy. That's a lot weighing on your conscience, especially if you a good brother at heart. And when you throw the drugs in there and the Kardashians in there, her mama peeking through the cracks when he in there with Kim, he get a funny feeling, feel like somebody watching him. He look up, Kris Jenner standing at the door. That gotta be creepy. Wake up in the middle of the night to get some cereal, Northwest, in the kitchen with the eggs and the grits, bebopping, dancing all over the damn kitchen. He can't even get no sleep at night. So let's further break this down, because it's only going to get deeper, I promise. Listen.
The growing backlash against Kanye West after his repeated anti-Semitic remarks. His talent agency has dropped him. A documentary about him has been shelved in this morning. His biggest corporate sponsor, Adidas, terminated their partnership. Reshef here with the story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you guys. To put this fear and anguish over Ye's anti-Semitic comments into some perspective, he has more than 18 million followers on Instagram alone. The entire Jewish population worldwide, just 15 million. And as anti-Semitism surges to unprecedented levels, Ye's hate speech combined with his massive platform has stoked alarm. His comments now driving away his biggest partner.
You can't tell me.
Oh no, man! I ain't going out like that for no whack ass copyright. I ain't doing it, man. The hell with Yeezy and all that, man. The hell with him. We not doing that tonight. If they gonna be playing his whack ass music, I don't want no parts of this, man. Okay, let's get back to this. Y'all listening? Come on.
You can't.
As Kanye West and his billion-dollar Yeezy brand following mounting outrage over his anti-Semitic tropes and tirades. The sneaker behemoth putting out a statement writing, Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. The company had been silent about their relationship with Ye since he made these remarks in a now deleted clip from the Drink Champs podcast.
I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what?
He didn't even take a bath that day, and we can tell that he was funky, bummy, homeless, ain't have a place to stay. These celebrities be more broke than you know. You couldn't even imagine how broke these celebrities are, man. You thinking they got millions of dollars? You thinking that they just living it up? You think they living the life? That's the furthest thing from the truth. Listen.
West is facing backlash over anti-Semitic rants online. His website, Yeezy.com, is no longer online days after he used a Super Bowl commercial on February 9th to send people to the site, which was selling t-shirts featuring a swastika. Now, when visitors try to go on the Yeezy site, they are met with an error message. Shopify, the host of West's website, told The Hollywood Reporter and Variety in a statement on February 11th that the swastika shirt violated its policy but didn't clarify which terms were violated. Quote, all merchants are responsible for following the rules of our platform. This merchant did not engage in authentic commerce practices and violated our terms, so we removed them from Shopify, the statement said. And that isn't all the fallout Ye is facing. On Monday, February 10th, he was dropped by his music agent, Daniel McCartney.
He doing bad. He doing real bad. What's going on in this comment section real quick? I need to figure this out before we move forward. Y'all see I'm over here trying to get it together, baby. Lord Kazama is here. I see him right there. I said his name perfectly. He in the building. let me see what y'all talking about. Said he didn't take no bath that day. You wild, Sean. I'm on that cup. I'm on that cup. We all on that cup. Well, I know I am. And if you on the cup, I'm on the cup. We over here chilling. Well, it depends on what you got in the cup. I got freshly squeezed pineapple juice in my cup. What you got in your cup, buddy? Somebody said, but why did you look like Blade walking into that courtroom? You know, Kanye needs somebody to rub his shoulders, a sister to rub his back. That's all he really needs to get his life back together. A sister that's willing to rub his back will change a lot for Kanye West. Like I said, you gotta stay grounded. You could date Chiquita Banana, and that's all right. You could date whoever you want to date. You could marry whoever you want to date. It's not about race, but at least stay grounded. Know who you are and know who they are. That way y'all can have a better understanding of each other, and you don't never have to doubt where you stand in a situation because you're grounded and okay and accepting and willing to go through if that's what you got to do because you black. Ain't nothing wrong with being a brother or a sister as long as you can appreciate who you are as an individual. You might not get the just due and the love and respect when you look at the whole picture, because a lot of things is bad. But as long as you doing the right thing, regardless of what or who you are, you're going to be all right. But somewhere along the line, Kanye West lost those principles. And we got to figure out, is he going to go broke? Because if that's the case, we need to start to withdraw from Kanye West. The swag ain't there. He look like a bounty hunter or somebody. He the Black Hulk Hogan at this point. And it's not a good look. He could have took better care of himself, but your mentality shows in your look. Don't feel bad for somebody that's busted. The reason why they busted is because their brain ain't right. Let you fill yourself up with positive things. You won't have to wear them dark ass shades. You don't have to be chasing Kim Kardashian lookalikes. What he should have did was the total opposite. He should have ran in the opposite direction of the Kardashians. Get somebody that don't look like her. Go to Jamaica. Find you somebody. Go to Australia and find somebody that look the complete opposite of Kim Kardashian. She got straight hair. Get somebody with curly hair. She got pretty teeth. Get somebody with gaps. She got a big fake booty. Get somebody with a real big booty. He messed up. He ran straight towards the Kardashians all over again. This woman knows she's a novelty. She knows that the reason why he's with her is because she fit the Kardashian fantasy. And the more nastier, the better. He feel like it's not phasing him. But the truth is, any man that ever took a woman like Kim Kardashian serious lost his soul in the process. Unless he boss up and do something extremely black. He should have grew dreadlocks and started a juicing company or something. He should have did something extremely black to redeem himself. That's where he messed up. I don't think it's too late. He gonna have to open up a restaurant in Chicago and give us what we want. And everybody else want what we want. Everybody across the world eat fried chicken. I seen it. I look at the travel blogs and I think some of the best fried chicken come from Korea. I could be wrong. But he gonna have to figure it out fast, because if he don't, his core, like I said, you got to be grounded. And the only way you can stay grounded is if you're still in tune with the core. You can't snatch a plant up from its roots and expect for it to survive long. It may survive you long enough to cook it. And that's what they're doing with Kanye West. He's parsley leaves in the Italian market of the media. They're going to simmer, saute, souffle his ass. And before you know it, he's going to be laying on the side of some Parmesan eggplant. I'm not done, because we didn't even get to the core of this stuff yet. Matter of fact, let's quit playing games. Let's get busy. Y'all ready? I'm ready to do it. Because this man, he about to get it. I ain't gonna say he gonna get exposed. I'ma just say he gonna get what's coming to him. Somebody said the ninja in the background is looking into Kanye's what? Collard green. Okay, well, I'm trying to figure it out. What is the chat? As long as y'all members, y'all can put whatever y'all want to put in the chat. I'm going to look for the feet emoji and put my foot in the chat. I don't give a damn. I'm just hoping y'all having a good time. Okay, let's get back to this Kanye West news. Where else do we go with this stuff? Okay, we're going to take it right here. Listen.
Kanye West testified in an LA courtroom today for a civil trial about his Malibu home. The rapper, who now goes by Ye, is being sued by his former contractor. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda is live in downtown LA with the very latest. Carlos?
Well, that's right. And today in court, we heard from Ye, but we didn't really hear too many details. Most of his answers were very short, and at times it appeared he was actually dozing off on the stand. Here's some video of Ye as he arrives to court this morning, dressed in all black, topped off with a long black coat. He was surrounded by security guards. He had a very serious face, and
he came up in there with the Columbine trench coat on, like he about to. I wouldn't have let him come in the courtroom with that coat on like that. That's a bad sign. He walked in there, you could see all of the back of his necks. He need to cut this. He an old black man. He need to walk with Jesus at this point in his life. Look at him. He need to be eating peanuts and mowing the lawn at this point in his life. I'm disappointed. When you an older brother, can't be living like Bill Cosby. Better be sanctified. Do something holy with your life. Go in there with a white suit. What he wearing all this black? I know he hot. And it ain't even about the money at this point. He might just be full government. And that's what I'm starting to assume. He's a sleeper cell. They probably wake him up when it's showtime. And the older he get, the more fatter his neck and his head gonna get. And y'all, I know y'all already sick of looking at him. The black community don't like talking about Kanye West. People get on easy. People want to change the subject. Now, if you listening to some of his old jams and he come on in the back, they might turn that up a little bit. Welcome to the good life. They gonna play that at the barbecue. All them hits from back in the day, they gonna let that slide. But now that Jamie Foxx done fell from grace and people really not feeling him like that no more, you hear Kanye and Jamie Foxx together, that's a terrible combo. That's different levels of lame. Jamie Foxx got busted in his head with a bottle on his birthday from the dudes from the Jackass movies. Then he went into the coma, came back as a clone. I don't want to think about these people no more, these black entertainers. Let me show y'all something, man, because this is it for black America as far as entertainment goes. Look. Hold on. Get it together. Oh, no, don't tell me my shit froze. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, look. Now, this is what left a sour taste in black entertainment connoisseurs' mouths when they seen Vivica A. Fox like this. Now, mind you, she's an old woman now, but Tyler Perry had a hard time getting on the red carpet because they thought he already... But that's Negro here nor there. This is what we got to look forward to. Our entertainers are not being graceful. You know, we ain't got no Cicely Tysons or nothing like that in our modern era. We don't have not one respectable actor or actress out there that we all can employ. Denzel Washington, look. Denzel Washington got shot all in his ass in the movie, talking Cash Money in LA, Talking about he the big gorilla. King Kong ain't got no on me. Like he just the biggest monkey they ever seen in Hollywood. He fell from grace. They lit that ass up. He was shaking like booty meat when them bullets riddled his ass. And he deserved it in the movie. He played a dirty cop. Can't put him on, you can't celebrate him on Black History Month after doing something like this. He had the Brian Pumper waves. And it was disgusting. They need to make a video game out of this, real talk. On some Mad Max, I'll play it. The Training Day video game with Officer Hoyt and the dirty black cop. Man, I'll buy all the DLC. But that's Negro Hendo there. He fell from grace. It was a bad look. I guess, okay, let's do this real quick. Because Kanye West is out of here. What about Barack Obama? I mean, Nelson Mandela. I mean, Morgan Freeman. When he played on Lean On Me. Now, that's more memorable. Them dirty ass kids in that school. And they was smoking crack, listening to hip hop. And they made this movie in the era when it was really going down. When the hip hop, he was a voice of reason. When black people completely lost it. Morgan was there to say this is some bullshit. He held it down. Hey, he might be the last hope or whatever as far as Black History Month go. We might just have to dedicate it to Morgan Freeman when it comes to people that's still living. Remember Steele, the dude from Juice was in the movie, and he was telling him to quit eating all them cupcakes. You stop being a fat young man. Y'all remember that scene? Morgan Freeman, all we got. We definitely ain't got Kanye. That's all I'm trying to say, baby. I ain't trying to say nothing else about it. We ain't got Kanye to represent. Ain't got a Jay-Z, ain't got a Beyonce. We ain't got yet. Now this man in debt. He owe all his money. A jury has ordered controversial U.S. rapper Kanye West to pay $140,000 after a handyman sued him over unpaid work for renovations at his Malibu mansion. I ain't paying him shit. No, I don't like this. Look at my wall. Look at my wall. I ain't even finished this. Got flakes all over the place. Lead poisoning for the kids. You ain't getting a dime out of me. Pay you for what? Look what you did to my yard. He got groundhogs in his yard and he didn't want to pay the man, but they made him pay the man. The verdict in the trial in Los Angeles came after Tony Saxon claimed the rapper, also known as Ye, did not pay him properly for the work at the beachside property and fired him unjustly. The rapper's team argued in court that Saxton was an unlicensed contractor who destroyed the architectural gem while working there. Saxon had sought $1.7 million in damages, but a jury on Wednesday awarded him $140,000. Hey, well, that's good for Ye. That's better than $1 million. That's not even $500,000, especially. I seen the house, and it looked like somebody tore that thing up intentionally. Maybe he wasn't a fan of Kanye's anti-Semitic rants. None of us should be. I know I'm not. He wasn't even licensed to do the job, and he just out there raking up the money. Didn't even know what he was doing. He looked like a shady character. Where did Kanye meet this man? What meeting? Who put him on with this guy? What type of vampirism is Kanye West into? The Los Angeles Superior Court trial included both the stronger rapper and his wife, Bianca Censori. Is that her real name, or is they trying to make it seem like they got to put some censorship on her because she's always butt naked? Is that a play on words, Bianca Censori? Because every time you see her cheeks out or something, people covering their kids' eyeballs when Kanye West show up with his wife. Bianca Censori. How'd that work? She need to get a parental advisory tattoo sticker on her ass. The handyman initially filed a lawsuit in 2023 alleging unsafe working conditions, unpaid wages, and wrongful termination. He also sued for medical expenses after saying he injured his neck and his back on the job. His neck and his back. I won $140,000. He laid on the ground. Kanye West come over there. Like, oh, my neck and my back. Saxon claimed West was 48. Yeezy about to be 50 in a couple of years. Agreed to pay him. And ain't nothing wrong with that. $20,000 per week. But only gave him one $20,000 payment and one other payment of $100,000 for construction costs. It sounded like he was trying to milk Kanye blind, but they still gave him what he wanted. Saxton testified to the court that West said he could not leave the property and on one occasion woke him up at 3 local time to ask why he wasn't working. The jury was shown a photo of a small mattress on a concrete floor that Saxton claimed he slept on while working at the property in Malibu, which West had purchased in 2012. That was his choice. He purchased that for $57 million and couldn't get the work right because this clown he must ain't had nowhere to go if he was sleeping on the property. But that's Kanye West's fault for hiring the man. He thought it was going to be a con job. People do stuff like that. They will milk you dry. If they can get away with it, they will do it. They will milk you. If you don't say nothing, if you don't catch it, that's why you got to catch stuff early, because people trying to get over. This man probably was trying to milk this property. Auto mechanics do it. You take your car for a simple oil change. They telling you, you need this, you need that. Wasn't nothing wrong with your car before you drove it up in there. They'll make something wrong with it. Not all the time, but a lot of times. That's why I advise people, if you have a dealership, if you got a Honda, go to the Honda dealership. If you got a Kia, go to the Kia dealership. What they got to rip you off for? They got a 2027 on the lot. If you got a, whatever you got, take it to the dealership. The hole in the wall mechanics, they gonna milk your ass dry. Not all the time, but a lot of times. During his testimony, Saxton claims that West had asked him to install a system that would allow his urine and feces to be treated into fresh water for drinking and bathing. Bitch, he did what? I knew it was some nasty, freaky stuff Kanye West wanted for that house, man. It don't sound like it was a normal job. He nasty. He want people to eat his boo-boo when he come over to their houses. He asked them to install a system that would allow his urine and doo-doo to be treated into fresh water for drinking and bathing. So he wanted everybody on the block to be eating his butt. He testified during another occasion. West allegedly noticed he smelled really bad because the property didn't have a shower, and took him to the luxury Nubu Hotel in Malibu, where he drew Saxton the bath. Oh, hell no, man. You know what, nigga, you stink. I smell your ass. What I'ma do, I need you to come to the hotel with me, cause you live in foul, yeah. Let me put some of this stuff in the tub. Some Epsom salt, some essential oils. I need you to take care of that for me. He probably was a slave. And we seen Kanye West had a coat. Look. He probably was one of them people out there on them hills, at them prayer services with Kanye. He asking them people what they do. He trying to put them on. Cause look at these bums. They ain't had nothing better else to do. They left their families to follow Yeezy. These people are from the fan mail. The Jesus Walks fan mail. He round up all them envelopes and started calling them people back. Next thing you know, he had a whole... People quit their jobs and left their families to go live amongst Yeezy in his compound. He provided them with the Goodwill hand-me-downs. They was out there doing whatever he wanted them to. How many of them he banged? How much fun was he having? How many of them said no? They around Kanye West with that look on their eyes like they headed to the movie theaters or something. They waiting for the previews to be over. They got their popcorn in fucking Hollywood heaven. Don't quit their jobs to worship Yeezy. When he started calling himself Yeezus, and people went out there and bought that album, and he looking like an old prune. Look at his face. They all on them damn hard drugs. All of them freaked out, geeked out their minds. We don't roll blunts, we just take pills. Ain't nobody gotta know. Ain't nobody gotta know. Kanye looked like Tyler Perry caught him with his pants down. But that's Negro. Here no there. What the hell they got going on? Ooh, they zesty. Every last one of them. Is that the dude? What's his name? Chance the Rapper. He was there worshiping Yeezy too. Minions. And I'm pretty sure he dropped all of them like a bad habit. Especially he got people got to rent out hotels just so they could wash their ass. I can't believe he drew this man a bath at his house. Hold on, where is that paper? Where is that? What was I reading? I'm all over the place with this. Where is that? I lost it. Oh, here it go. Look. He said he was smelling really bad because the property didn't have a shower and took him to a luxury Nubu hotel in Malibu where he drew Saxton a bath. He handed me a towel and then says, "This is a moment you'll never forget," Saxton told the court. Saxton also told the court that West wanted to gut the beach house, which was built and designed by Pulitzer Prize-winning Japanese architects Tado Ando, to make it off-grid. I'm still stuck at the fact, why would he say, "This is a moment you will never forget"? Was he naked when he handed him the towel? Like, you gotta get out that shower, you gotta come get this. I ain't coming in there, you gotta come in here. He come out the shower. He got Pusha T and all them dudes sitting there while he naked reaching for the towel or whatever. Saxton claims those changes included removing electricity and plumbing from the home, as well as removing the staircase and replacing it with a slide. Bitch. And at the same time, he wanted a tank to filter his dookie into the community so they all can eat and drink and partake. Oh my God. I'm talking about this Japanese architect. He done did the feng shui on the house. He done set it up for the sunrise when you wake up. The sunrise will meet your eyes. For dinner time, you are in harmony with the planet Jupiter. He put the feng shui on the house. Had it feeling holy, prosperous. You could bring fertility up in there. Kanye West snatched the stairs out and put a slide. His fat ass, how we gonna get up the damn slide? He got dookie streaks all on the slide. Lord have mercy. West's lawyer, Andrew, depicted Saxton as an unreliable witness and said bank records show Saxton was paid $240,000 during the 6 weeks he worked for the rapper. The rapper's team also disputed Saxton's reported injuries, sharing a video showing the handyman performing with a band and rolling on the floor. God damn. So after he got that money, he went and did a concert. I'm getting paid from Yeezy, baby. I'm getting paid from Yeezy, baby. He dropped down and rolled on the floor as they was giving him a standing ovation. You see me working for Yeezy, baby. He dropped. They showed the video to the court where this nigga dropped down with the band. He did a split like James Brown and rolled on the floor with the band. Is he serious, man? And Kanye had to give his funky ass a bath, and he trying to get some more money. I wouldn't have gave him a dime. The lies are so deep and so wicked that not a thing can be believed that come out of his mouth. That's what the lawyer said. Saxton, a professional victim. West took to the stand and was questioned about the case. While in court, he appeared to fall asleep at one point. Media, that's because he on them drugs. His lawyer, though, refuted that West fell asleep, telling the jury he wasn't sleeping. He was bored. This is beneath him. Shit, he wasn't bored when he had to pay up that money. West bought the home for $57 million in 2021, but after it was stripped out and abandoned, he sold it for a loss in 2023. I bet the people that bought the house was pissed off. And this was a beautiful piece of architect until that fool came in here and did all this goofy to it. Saxton had sought all that money and everything. It's the first of more than a dozen lawsuits filed against West by former employees to go to trial. The rapper has gone through an epic downfall over the last few years over his racist and anti-Semitic tirades online, leaving many brands and companies cutting ties with him. He was blocked last year from entering Australia over his song that glorifying us. They ain't even want him to get off the plane. When they heard he was on his way, they told him to turn that back around. They had to drop him off in Iceland and finish the trip because they didn't want him in Australia. That is bad. And then he choked this man or this woman out. He choked Ellen DeGeneres' cousin out. I don't know who this is, so we gonna learn just in case you don't know who this is. Lou Rocks speak out for model who claims Kanye West choked her during the music video shoot. It was horrific. I could never forget that. So this person was there. This ain't the person. Jennifer Ann, who was a finalist on America's Next Top Model in 2009, is suing West for sexual assault. What he done did. Locks has backed claims by a model who alleged Kanye West choked her and subjected her to pornographic gagging with his fingers on a music video. Man, with his nasty ass hands. You know he eat off the floor. A 50-year-old black man. We don't know if he dribbling. He probably dribbling more than LeBron James. He used the bathroom, get up, still be leaking. Then got the nerves to put his fingers in somebody's mouth. Yuck, man. This dude, he nasty. Jennifer Ann, who was a finalist on America's Next Top Model in 2009, sued West for sexual assault under New York City's Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act in November 2024. In the suit filed at the time, the plaintiff alleged that West came to the set of the video for LaRox's hit In for the Kill at Manhattan's Chelsea Hotel, on which she was a background actor, and staged his own production without any resistance in a manner similar to pornographic gagging, deep throat, BDSM fetishes. So yeah, we know that's what he's into. So when you see Kanye West with the mask on, he wearing all black, got spikes and he's a dominatrix. He get off on that type of stuff. He like them chains and whips and that Rick James. He'll choke you out. He'll do you bad, pull out a big ass whip and to get to beating you with it. He get off on stuff like that. He a freak. And there's a lot of people into that type of stuff until they get a hemorrhage or something. Get knocked into a coma trying to be freaky. It ain't funny no more. And alleged that West came to the set, pointed to her and said, "Give me the Asian girl." She claims West was towering over her and breathing heavily when he subsequently directed the camera crew to zoom on her face to capture the alleged assault. Come on, man. I don't know no more, man. These people, they be with, and I hope she get every dime. I'm on her side, but I'm trying to tell y'all, these people be with it. This ain't the first time he did something like this. People been letting him get away with it. He show up in the club, them bimbos, them strippers. They gonna let Yeezy do. Y'all hear what they doing in Dubai? They fly all the way to the other side of the world just to get taken advantage of for a little bit of change. It ain't right. But I know a lot of people be with it. People wish a Kanye West would come through and pay all their bills for the month. They with it. Let Kanye West offer to pay off all your for the next couple of years. You gonna have his stinking mildew fingers down your throat as well. Kanye look like he got toe jams on his hands. And I'm pretty sure she had to go along with it. Who gonna open their mouth? Why did she open her mouth? I wish a nigga would. What? I ain't open. What, man? Better miss me. Well, I don't give a damn who you are. I ain't open my mouth for you. He put his whole fist in her mouth. Had her choking. And everybody saw it. And they recorded it. They probably thought it was hilarious or whatever. There's some weirdos out there in Hollywood. On camera, defendant West began to choke the plaintiff with one hand. He then wrapped his other hand around her neck and continued to strangle her with both hands. The lawsuit alleged he then rammed several fingers down her throat, continuously moved them in and out, and gagged her, and claims that West used his fingers to emulate forced oral while allegedly screaming, "This is art. This is art. I'm like Picasso." Man, sick. West's lawyer have since filed a motion to dismiss the case on a variety of grounds, including the argument that because West's conduct occurred in the course of producing expressive art, his actions should be shielded by free speech protections. Hey, if you can't stand the heat, get the hell up out the kitchen. Kanye West come up in there on that BDSM, then you in the wrong place. Run. Don't hide. Just get the hell up out the way. Because Kanye is there. And it should be that way with any celebrity. Would you leave your girl alone with a celebrity? You already know what's going to happen. She going to come back with toe jams between her teeth. But in new filings yesterday, Tuesday, March 10th, Ann's lawyers pushed back submit new affidavits to corroborate her claims, including alleged Instagram exchanges from LaRock's real name Ellie Jackson, who remembered the choking incident vividly. "I could never forget that. It was horrific," the singer wrote, according to court documents obtained by Rolling Stone. But it was entertainment for the time being. They talked about it at dinner the same night. And they praised him as a champion. That guy's a fucking rock star. Did you see what he did to that girl? I mean, he was giving it to her, man. Like that dude, he fucking took her by the throat, my guy. They probably went home and tried some of that stuff. Yeezy thought he was putting them on with some new. In 2024, it ain't no laughing matter. In 2024 messages, and reached out to the singer through the official LaRock's account to ask whether she remembered the incident. Jackson confirmed that she did, according to the court documents, writing, "I have never seen the footage, thankfully, and obviously I asked for it to never be used or for it to be seen, as you were understandably very concerned about anyone or your family seeing it." Man, but the hell with the family. Matter of fact, her family need to see that. They don't raise you like that. Mama, they'd probably be pissed off. That's like letting a black customer come into the restaurant, come behind the restaurant, and force feed you the shrimp fried rice. Who gonna let that happen? That's like letting a black customer take the egg roll out the frying pan and ramming it down your throat with duck sauce. What Asian restaurant gonna let you do something like that, man? Who raised her? That's why I say a lot of times they be with it. The court documents show additional messages where the singer acknowledged that she previously publicly referred to the incident but told Ann she felt that it wasn't my story to tell and that West already threatened me in some way. Jackson added, per the documents, he wanted to remind me of his power and status and threatened me with my career, essentially. I've obviously continued to say how I feel about him regardless, but I haven't told your story out of respect for you. So, I mean, hey, she's definitely the victim. We all can agree with that she's the victim. A lot of people victims, but man, next time you see Kanye, put a foot in his ass. That's all I could recommend. They should have never let it get this far. He on his way out. How will he be remembered? How would you remember Kanye West? Will y'all be happy when he finally gone? I ain't never met the man. I ain't got no personal feelings towards Kanye. But from what I've been reading, from what I've been seeing, that man ain't right. He talking crazy about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. That's when I knew that something is seriously wrong with this man. I need to see it again. I need to see it again. What that sucker said about them beautiful babies. Kanye West reacts to the Beehive stings for disgusting joke about Beyonce's kids having mental disabilities. He said, everybody. Kanye West may have seen his name soar to the top of social media trendings list this week after launching a full-on war against several of his fellow artists, but his mentions went into the stratosphere once he took aim at Beyonce and Jay-Z's family. He said, now Jay-Z and Beyonce on the other end, those niggas, man, and the entire families. As if pissing off fans based off Cardi B and Iggy Azalea, Kendrick Lamar, and Playboy Cardi over the last few days wasn't enough, West became hashtag Beehive enemy #1 when he took the X, formerly known as Twitter, to not only slam Bey, as seen above, but also her 7-year-old twins, Rumi and Sir Carter. Damn, I didn't know they were 7. Has anyone seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? He called them the R word. He shared to his 33 million followers on X on Tuesday. That's fucked up. And that was a year from now, and they don't even seem like. So they about 8, 9 right now, and he's a disgusting man. What a fall from grace. That's why everybody, you probably don't need to be famous. For the people out there that want to be famous, maybe you don't need to be famous. Maybe you need to just be regular. And ain't nothing wrong with you living a regular life because the world don't need you to be famous. Kanye would have been better off working at a car wash. We don't need his fame. The world would probably be a better place without his fame. He ruined it for everybody. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. I got so much love for y'all. Let me know what y'all think about Docs Daily. Hummingbird, you the one, girl. I see you doing your thing. Terrell Cobb, what it do? Who else we got? I see Hummingbird, Terrell Cobb, and Incognito in the building. That's all I need, baby. And y'all be good out there. We're gonna be back with more Docs Daily. All you gotta do is stay tuned. Let's go ahead and round this up, bro.